The Unknown Pokemon Draft League is back for Season 3, and from the ashes of my team, the Globero Kings, comes my new team, the Buffalo Willow Wings. Inspired by my late Season 2 pick, Slitherwing, and my favorite set that I ran on him, we're running some absolute heat this season, and I can't wait to get right into it. Starting off with my first pick is the Paradox Pokemon Iron Bundle, the Ice and Water type sporting the ability Quark Drive. Iron Bundle is drafted for his unbelievable 136 speed tier. This allows him to outspeed pretty much every single mon in the game, barring things like Dragapult and Zeraora. Like literally, the amount of mons that outspeed this are in the single digits. And if you toss on Booster Speed or a Scarf onto this guy, that number gets even lower. That speed is backed up with a blistering 124 special attack on top of perfect neutral coverage between Hydro Pump and Freeze Dry, allowing it to hit really hard, and Ice and Water are pretty solid offensive types that allow it to hit super effective damage on quite a lot of key targets. This mon, of course, is quite one-dimensional. It is fast and it is strong, but it will hit you with a water move or an ice move, so if you can pivot around those types, you can give it a hard time. And that being said, this mon is a demon nonetheless. Despite having literally 4 attacking types in normal, flying, water, and ice, this mon has been Ubers since the get-go of Gen 9, and I'm here to show you why. My next mon is the Dragon Ground type Zygarde, 50%. This mon gives me a lovely bulky Dragon Dancer with a great 108, 121, 95 defensive spread, on top of 100 attack and 95 special attack, making it a pretty solid mon to begin with, and then after Dragon Dance, those numbers in attack and speed start to really get out of hand quick. An incredible set of signature moves in 1,000 Arrows and 1,000 Waves really allows this mon to not get stopped by things that normally stop my type. 1,000 Arrows allows it to hit flying types and levitating mons and air balloon mons for neutral damage, which keeps its momentum going after you get a Dragon Dance. You can't just wall this thing out with an Enamorus because you will get hit for neutral damage. On top of that, it's got another good boosting option in Coil, it can phase with Dragon Tail, and it's got priority in extreme speed, allowing this mon to run a variety of different sets. Next up is Mega Medicham, and Mega Medicham might as well just be a big fist. Yeah, sure, it's a psychic fighting dual type, but what it does is punch holes with its big old punchy hands. This mon gets a little bit of setup and bulk up a Trail Blaze, and it gets just absolutely demolishing physical attacks in the form of high jump kick, axe kick, close combat, reversal. It can just punch holes with that pure power ability, allowing it to boost to unbelievable heights of attack. There are very few mons that have as much immediate power off of the get-go as Mega Medicham. This mon has power levels that usually you have to boost up to get. There are also very few mons that want to take a hit from Mega Medicham, and many less that would like to switch in on one of this mon's high jump kick. I drafted a lot of my team around supporting Mega Medicham, and I'm very excited to get to use this mon in Season 3. Volcarona is my next pick, one of the premier special attackers of all time. This thing is the Quiver Dancer, not just a Quiver Dancer, the Quiver Dancer, with an 135 special attack and 100 speed. It kind of makes up some of the special offensive sides that Mr. Iron Bundle does not hit, with a much wider move pool and access to Quiver Dance for reliable boosting. This one is quite like Cure M, where if you give it an inch, it'll take a mile and start turning that 100 speed, 135 special attack into numbers up in the thousands. This thing has to be accounted for in Team Builder, and its 2 abilities, Flame Body and Swarm, allow it to have some defensive edge and even deeper offensive pressure with that Bug Buzz, if it so desires. Annihilate is my next pick, an angry fighting ghost type who just refuses to die. 3 good abilities on this make it immune to Sleep, Intimidate, and allow it to boost its stats when one of its are lowered. A strong 110 HP stat allows it to be the best final Gambiter in the entire game, as well as stick around for a long time. And 115 attack stat is quite stiff, allowing it to punch some holes even before it gets something like a bulk up or powered up punch off. 80 and 90 defense stats respectively make it pretty hard to remove off the field in one hit, and 90 speed allows it to hit some seriously important benchmarks. On top of all of those attributes, it's got some great moves in the form of all the elemental punches, its signature move Rage Fist, which powers up each time he receives a hit, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Gunk Shot, Acrobatics, Outrage, the list keeps going on, and that's on top of great utility in the form of Stealth Rocks, Toxic, Taunt, Encore, and U-Turn. Empoleon is here to be a great bulky pivot for my team, using its Water Steel type in great effect, having very few exploitable weaknesses, and a lovely defensive stat line of 84, 86, 101. It allows it to be a great AV user, to be a special wall to the max. 111 special attack is nothing to scoff at, especially when you combine it with competitive or torrent, giving it a special attacking stat boost. This mon has great utility in the form of Defog, Thunder Wave, and Scald. Flip Turn to let it pivot around on top of a fairly low speed tier, allowing it to underspeed a fair chunk of the metagame, and it makes it a great defensive piece to help enable my big hitters. Galarian Weezing, holding the same speed tier as Empoleon, is kind of my Poison and Fairy Swiss Army knife, with 3 good abilities: Levitate, making it immune to ground types, Neutralizing Gas, turning off the opponent's ability, and Misty Surge, setting Misty Terrain. This mon can do a whole lot, acting as either a ground immunity or a grounded poison type to soak up toxic spikes. Galarian Weezing has an incredible utility move pool, including moves like Haze, Aromatherapy, Defog, Destiny Bond, Memento, Taunt, Toxic and Toxic Spikes, and Will-O-Wisp, which allows it to control its opponent and set its teammates up for success in a whole variety of ways, and this is on top of having some pretty solid special attacking options in the form of its Stab, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and Shadow Ball. This makes this mon quite like Empoleon, being a great enabling mon with a fantastic defensive and offensive type. My next mon up on the block is Drampa, the Gen 7 normal dragon type, and you'd be forgiven for mistaking this for a Gen 1 normal type on account of its move pool that goes just on and on and on and on. It has a great move pool to back up its 135 special attack stat, giving things like Hydro Pump, Blizzard, Draco Meteor, Hyper Voice, and much more. You'd really mistake this for a Gen 1 mon the way it just learns every single move in the game. My Drampa being a Terra Captain will allow it some longevity by being able to swing typed matchups in favorable to itself. This is on top of a pretty solid stat line of 78, 85, 91, and access to Roost for recovery. On top of that, it gets a lovely utility move pool with Calm Mind to boost its Draco Meteors and other special attacks, Defog to manage hazards, Tailwind to set up some speed for its teammates. It's not really outspeeding anything with that 36. Roar and Dragon Tail allow it to phase and disrupt the enemy team and shut down boost sweepers, and Thunderwave and Toxic allow it to really set some status on the field and get those enemies feeling the pain. My next pick is Rotom, the electric grass type. This mon will be serving me as another Terra Captain, running Terra Electric for the Electros treatment of a no-weakness mon because of its ability Levitate. Terra Ghost allows it to deny Rapid Spin while also powering up its moves like Hex and Shadow Ball. And Terra Steel allows it, again, to become a great defensive piece on account of having one of the best defensive types in the game without one of its biggest weaknesses in the form of ground, on account of its ability Levitate. Further making this mon a defensive tank is its great 107 all-around defenses, which really lets it stay in the game. Moves like Toxic, Thunder Wave, and Will-O-Wisp to really stymie their opponent's progress. Defog to take away hazards off the field. Things like Taunt, Leaf Storm, Discharge to just create more problems, and Volt Switch to get himself out of dodge. All of that on top of dual screens in the form of Light Screen and Reflect make this mon a very versatile lawnmower. Next is Alolan Persian, the 115 based speed terrorist. This mon has no offensive presence whatsoever, but with Fur Coat, it can really take some physical hits and it can move fast. This allows it to get off fast Toxics, Parting Shots, Encores, Taunts, What Name You, and kind of disrupt the opponent's team, all while being a dark type immune to prankster moves, not having to worry about being outsped by the likes of Grimmsnarl or Impidimp or Cottony or what have you. My last pick is my absolute GOAT, Charjabug, the 1-point bug electric extraordinaire Terra Captain, running Terra Bug, Terra Stellar, and Terra Water. Now that Terra Stellar there is going to go ballistic. Just you wait for that unbelievable lunge bomb that's going to be coming in week 7. This mon with an Eviolite can do unbelievable tanking. It gets access to sticky webs to slow down its enemy team, and it has Thunder Wave, lunge, and other moves to further control the enemy team. This mon is also able to use Z moves on account of our new rule in Season 3 that allows not fully evolved 1-point mons to use them, so you can absolutely expect a supersonic Sky Strike coming out of this little guy at some point in the near future. With that wraps up my Season 3 draft for the UPDL. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Is there a GOAT on my team? Is there a fraud? I need to know. While you're at it, also go over to the UPDL and check out their full draft analysis and breakdown. It's a beautiful 90-minute video over there that I promise you will enjoy. It makes for good active watching or lovely background noise. Thank you for watching. Bye.